Good evening, Nancy. It's currently 7:55, I believe, and we talked about the family ties. That what makes you close with your family. You know, the genes, um, the personality, etc. So we have three different generations here, okay, and a child's hand, a mother's hand, and a grandmother's hand. Three generations side by side. Meet the ancestors. So, gene, part of a cell, pass from parents to children that determines how they look. Generation, the people of about the same age in a particular family. Ancestor, person related to you who lived a long time ago, like those guys. Genealogy is a study of family history. When you look in the mirror, do you see your father smile? Maybe you take after your mother or look like a grandparent. That's because of DNA. Our DNA contains genes that make each person in the world different. No two people look, think, or act the same. We pass down our genes through generations. Scientists can test your DNA to find out which part of the world your ancestors were from. Your family's history may be a mystery to you, but there's a way to find out, to discover about you. It is called genealogy, and it's the study of the people you are related to. Genealogy helps you put together your family history. It starts with the relatives you know, such as parents and grandparents. And then you can learn about ancestors who lived and died before you were born. So, there are different questions here, but I'm more interested in the vocabulary actually. It isn't difficult to learn about your past. You can begin by asking your relatives questions about your ancestors. While you're talking with family members, take notes. This helps you organize. So normally in American English it's a Z. Okay? Any information you get. Make sure you write down any names, dates, or places people mention. Then you can draw a family tree like this one with your name at the top, okay, or at the bottom if you want. And at the top, because the top is like you have children and they have children, etc., etc. That will be better to have like a main picture here, and you see your parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, etc. Okay. Then you can draw a family tree with your name at the top. Then you would add all the relatives from you to your great grandparents, so you can see how everyone is related. If there are any blank boxes in your tree, it's time for some detective work. So they forgot the verb here. Many people begin at a library where they can look for family names in old newspapers. Public records are usually a very good thing to look at too. They have information about birth, marriages, and death certificates too. Some records show when people move to a country. Sometimes records tell you where people went to school and what their job was. You can also search the internet. With every bit of research you do, you are discovering your family's history. Okay? So, your mom's mother, so the mother of your mom is your grandmother. Your brother's or sister's daughter, the niece. Your uncles or aunts' children, cousins. No, it's not for you. I mean, your uncle's children, yeah, cousins. Your brother or sister's son, nephew. Your mother's sister, aunt. Your father's wife, if he marries again, the stepmother. Okay, so Peter has always been very tall. He was 1.98 meters, and when he was 14 years old. He's also quite slim, even though he eats a lot. Annabelle and Claire have got the same not wait, because to weigh is a verb. Build, the same build, I guess. They aren't very tall and they are both a bit overweight. I love your son's curly blonde hair. Mine is very straight and dark. Sunday was boring. We spent it with our, elderly grandparents, not gonna say that, and our middle-aged parents. My aunt is a very generous person. She gives money to people in need. She's also very hardworking and spends lots of time helping at the care center. Normally, we should see ER, like in American English. This spelling is more British, I would say. My cousin Jack is very nervous. He needs to do more exercise to help him relax. Granddad is very easygoing and fun-loving. He always dresses in scruffy clothes. Like, it's not neat. It's not like, well cut and everything. It's not a bit messy, but I think old clothes. Jack isn't very reliable. If you ask him to do something, he forgets. He's very clever though, and does very well at school. Elephants, animals of higher intelligence. Elephants are interesting animals because they are very sociable and family is important to them. They can grow to a height of over 3 meters and usually weigh, so this is a verb, about 3,800 kilos. Normally they are quite relaxed and easygoing animals, but sometimes they can get nervous when they are looking after young elephants. I guess this is young, yeah. They're also quite clever and I don't know what to say here, and kind, and slow down and help feed elderly or ill members of the family group. These qualities and the fact that they are so strong and hardworking is why people want to protect them and the land they live on for the future. Okay. So anyway, this is about grammar. We're gonna do that the next time, okay? Anyways, I didn't do this because I want to ask you something. No, that's here actually. It's right here. To take after, to follow somebody, or to be like somebody. To take after is more like you get the same genes as your ancestors. To look like similar parents, to see things where you enjoy. It's like to have a similar parents. Pass down, to transfer to a next generation. Relative is a family. Found out is to discover or to learn. To look for is to search. Okay. So to find, to search. But anyway, let's stop here. I'll see you Tuesday, meaning tomorrow morning, and at 9 o'clock. Okay, we can stop a bit later because we had a shorter class the last time. Okay, just be on time because I have not so much. My break is very, very, very small tomorrow, so I want to make sure I can eat. I can prepare food and eat. There we go. You have a nice evening, and I'll talk to you tomorrow morning. Thank you, Nancy.